And now, the conclusion of North by Northeast interview with Mike and Jeff Wandler of L&H Industrial. We continued by asking about the importance of community involvement.
The one that we just finished was the Yes House. We contribute and participate in the Yes House. And what we're trying to do is really support our people and fund our people that are involved in these activities, and the communities where we're making our money, we like to put, give back to those communities. And it's not really about getting credit for those things, it's really about doing the right thing and contributing back. So even in the tough times, we try to be disciplined to keep participating, keep helping those that need help. And I know Jeff knows 2 or 3 more that we're working on.
Yeah, just we support all of them that are charities. So we each do a few of them. You know, I usually do stuff with the hospice, and our other partners do stuff with other ones. So we try to spread it around so that it's fair. And I think some of the other things we do in the community, besides just the charitable giving, though, is just supporting the community in general for all kinds of things, from kids sports to just all kinds of things. And I think really bringing employees in. And we do a lot of business with the other businesses around town. We're one of the bigger consumers of things like welding supplies and all that kind of stuff. So we spend a lot of money in the community, up in the millions of dollars. We also, Mike has a program where he goes in clear to the junior high level and starts promoting kids into our trades, so that we're creating opportunities for very good jobs that are here in the community that we keep local.
We're really focused on technical education, and Wyoming has great technical education programs. We're part of that. You know, we're committed to that. We go, like Jeff said, into the high schools, into the junior highs. We look for kids that would enjoy that kind of career. We mentor them. We let them work here as COE students and help them figure out what programs they want to go through. And then we work with the college. We sit on the counseling boards of the colleges. We help them hire teachers. We'll give them teachers if they need to fill in gaps between that. But we're a strong proponent of the college itself, because we hire a lot of mechanical engineers, a lot of business people out of the colleges, and then the trade schools and tech education. Wyoming has something to be proud of in its technical education programs, and we're not done. We have a ways to go, but we're definitely leading the country in technical education. And L&H is committed to be an active part of that and help drive that and help find those, hire those employees as they come out of there.
They also talked about why they choose to stay in Gillette.
Sure, we could live anywhere in the world. I choose to live in Gillette because Gillette's my home, and I enjoy it. I was born and raised here, so this is where we're from. This is our headquarters because we live here, and it's where we grew up. It's where all of our family is, and I enjoy Gillette. We do get to travel all over the world. Everybody wants to get out of Gillette. I wanted to get out of Gillette when I was a kid. When you get out of Gillette and you're traveling across the globe and you're having to sit in traffic and you're having to stand in lines and deal with all of the things that big cities have to come with them, it's really nice to come back and not have lines and not have traffic. Gillette's a great place in the world to live.
And I would say, I've always remembered something my dad said when I was young, when I was working here. He said, because people always asked that kind of thing, what they asked my dad, are you going to move when you retire and things, and he said that Gillette's always been good to him and he had no reason to leave, even after he retired. And so his point was Gillette's always supplied him a good living, and that's exactly right. And we couldn't have done any of these other things without our local industry. Our local industry created an opportunity for us to keep stretching out and going to other mining communities and things like that. And I have deep roots, and I'm a sentimental guy, so this is where my friends and family and this is what I'm used to. I have a place at the lake here, local. I just love the idea that you could be in town and then an hour later you can be on a stream somewhere, or be in the Black Hills or the Bighorns or out on a pond somewhere. And so to me, it's a real quality of life to live in Gillette. And the local industry supplies the making a consistent living to do that. So even though Gillette might be suffering a little bit once in a while, it's still a better economy than most economies that I'm around. So I have no good reason to leave Gillette ever, and I actually am going to be living on the place I grew up at. So to me, it's just my home.
Jeff provided an explanation of the unique scenery.
That's a good question, and this is actually an obsession. But our father was a collector. He collected antique firearms and some cars and things, and so I got that in my blood when I was very young. I started collecting when I was a kid, putting stuff in my bedroom, and I just was. We have an older brother, Lee Wandler. He's also a collector. But when my dad had retired, he had some health problems, and I started hanging out with him a lot. And he had old cars, so I thought I'd buy one gas pump to go with his old car. And so him and I went to an auction and bought one gas pump, and then I liked it. So then it just snowballed from there. And so this is 20 years of going to one auction and buying one gas pump. I got a lot of local history in here. My hope when I'm older is to put all this in a museum here, and I have a lot of local stuff that I've ended up having an opportunity to purchase and things like that. So hopefully this will all be in a public place someday that people can enjoy, if not in Gillette, somewhere in Wyoming.
And what does the future hold for the L&H Industrial family?
Obviously, like all successful companies, we've had many opportunities to sell our company along the way. Clear back to when our dad still had it, there was opportunities to sell it for him. We were a lot more minority shareholders back then, and we were very young. So we count our blessings that we didn't ever sell our company, because it's been a real solid livelihood for our families, so we want to keep it that way. So Mike and I have nurtured the third generation, coming in and working hard and really taking personal ownership in the company as far as playing a role in it and making it into a long-term career. And we've arranged the company so that they're owners now, and they'll continue to buy us out, and we'll continue it on through the third generation. And that sounds easy, but it's actually not easy. Most companies actually don't accomplish that. In fact, if we make it through the third generation, we'll be in 10% of family companies that make it through that. So we plan on being in that 10%, and we work hard at making sure we have a plan so that it stays. We're capable of keeping it in the family. So we have two nephews, Dustin Roush and Jason Persifield, who are well into their career here and who are third generation owners as we speak, and they're doing very well. And Mike and I are glad and proud to have them around, and they're really taking up our future.